Hi, my name is Johnny Wood. I live in Spring, Texas, which is a suburb of Houston. I actually graduated Fuller in 2020 with a master's in divinity. I am in the class this term because I am preparing, hopefully, to move from inquirer and ordination in PCUSA to candidate. I'm actually sitting for my biblical content exam the first week in February. So I'm trying to prepare for that while at the same time taking this Creeds course. It's the last course of the Presbyterian exams I need for presbytery. With all of the quarantine for COVID here in this city, I haven't been able to move quite as fast as I'd like going from inquirer to candidacy. I've been under care for approximately 18 months, so a little longer than I wanted to as far as the inquirer status goes. I'm also a TA here at Fuller, so some of you, if you're taking any of the IS classes, you may see me kicking around. If you're taking practices of community this term or practices of spiritual formation next term. So I am married to my beautiful wife, Jennifer. In fact, we just celebrated our 4-year wedding anniversary. She's actually the reason why I'm a Presbyterian. I was previously married to my late wife, and we've been married for 20 years. She passed away in 2012, and after a few years of grieving her loss and kind of getting my life back in order, I started online dating, and lo and behold, I met my now wife, Jennifer, and I moved down here and started seminary in 2017 in the same month. And she's a lifelong Presbyterian. I was actually raised Assembly of God and Holiness tradition, and then as an adult became a United Methodist. And so I'm kind of swimming up the stream from holiness back to the Wesleyan tradition, and then kind of taking that stream over from the Moravians back into the Reformed tradition somewhat. So I tell people that I'm kind of swimming back upstream to the Reformed tradition somewhat. But I'm falling in love with Reformed theology, particularly the sovereignty of God and other aspects of the Reformed tradition. I have 2 biological children who are adults. My daughter, who's 34, is married, and I have one wonderful granddaughter who was, by the grace of God, tested for COVID and just tested negative. So that's great news. We have quite a bit of experience with being tested for COVID here in this house. My wife is an occupational therapist for children. She used to work in NICU as an occupational therapist. Now she works for the children who used to be in NICU and now need occupational therapy in their homes. So she works for very fragile children. And as such, she has come in contact with people with COVID. We've been tested 6 times so far. So we spend a lot of time sequestered in our home so that we can ensure and protect that fragile group that she ministers to. I also have 3 bonus children, one of which is in the University of Texas, Austin, one who graduated last year and is currently attending a community college here, and one who's a senior. So we're about to be empty nesters, me for the 2nd time, and so that's kind of great. And to round out the crew here of family is Zeke, the seminarian support dog. He should be barking here any moment. He was actually attacked by a large dog here this last week, so he has been kind of at my side a little bit, so you may hear him yipping here in a moment. I'm trying to time this video for his meds, so right now I think he's sleeping, so I'm trying to get this done quickly. If you hear a little bit of anxiousness in my voice, it's trying to get a few videos done while he's down. Hobbies. So I just got done with seminary. For those of you who are in the thralls of seminary, who've been doing it for a year or 2, it does end, and it feels glorious when it does. I actually read for pleasure now, which is something I didn't know that you could do. I'm looking at some PhD programs for next year, so I'm kind of basking in this idea of reading for pleasure. I've been doing a lot of that lately. I also love to hike. My gift to myself was supposed to be hiking the Appalachian Trail, to do a through trail from Georgia up to Maine, but unfortunately I don't feel comfortable leaving my family, of course, in a lurch for 4 months to hike a long trail. It seemed kind of selfish, so I'll probably do that next year. But I'm in training for it now, so I go out and do long 3 or 4 day hikes where I can get out in solitude, which is my happy place. I spent 21 years in the military, so anytime I can be out in nature and away from the suburbs is a good day for me. And of course, ordination is my hobby right now, so I'm doing a lot of that as well. A lot of preaching other places, pulpit supply, things like that. Teaching, confirmants, I'll be doing that starting here pretty quickly. I don't do basketball, sorry. I will say that my favorite Disney movie is Million Dollar Arm, which encapsulates my two favorite sports, which is baseball and cricket. So that tells you where I'm at sports-wise. If I have to pick an animated movie, it'd be Brave, just because I like strong female characters, and I also like underdogs, and no one likes Brave, so that's my movie. So I know I went over. I apologize for that. It's just been a weird day. I haven't had a lot of sleep, and I'm just happy to be here, happy to get to know you guys better and dive into Presbyterian creeds. So God bless you all.